going down, guys? Oh man, I've been waiting on this one. It's your boy AT. We here. Sharks of Real Estate Podcast. I got some special guests with me today.
Yeah.
They gave me the honor of first getting introduced on podcasts to their podcast, and they blessed your boy. You know what I'm saying? We in here. They came to bless me, the host of the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. You know what it is, man. I got Larry Brooks, Rick Davis in the building.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I couldn't wait to have y'all up here, man. I'm super excited.
Hey, man, what can I say? And I'm loving the shirt, man. I'm just reading it. Gangsta Realtor. We
talked about that in y'all house. You know, and you know, pure hustle. Yeah. I always got something that say realtor
all the time, man. You know it. Yeah. I first want to talk to y'all because y'all have been masters at this whole branding thing. Yeah.
Every time somebody see you, they gonna at least you in real estate, in the game, doing something.
No doubt.
I want y'all to talk to the people because these young realtors, even though I'm one of them, but I picked up the game early.
Yeah, you did.
Tell them how important it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that you got to promote.
It's bigger than, the thing about it is bigger than real estate in some cases, right? Because you become your own brand. And so what comes from just being great at your job, which is real estate, and you becoming your own brand, now other opportunities start to fall in your lap. And I remember one of the things that when we sat with you on our podcast that was amazing is that you taking all of these things on and just knocking them out the ballpark. You've already learned how to delegate, man. And so what comes along with being a successful realtor is you're going to come to a point at some time that you're going to learn how to delegate, and then your time is going to be freed up to do different ventures, man. So it's been good.
And I mean, it's funny, man, when you sit in with AT, man, his merch game always is top of the line.
Yeah.
So first thing first, all you new agents, man, get your merch together. You feel me? Because see, the thing about it is that, and this is in all seriousness,
right?
When you're in real estate and you're an entrepreneur, every avenue for income is important.
Exactly. No doubt about it.
And if it comes to the point where you have an eye for design and merch, you can tell them, hey, people will see that T-shirt and want that.
Yeah, that's right.
Even though you got it for you, you're like, look, I got to be a man of the people and put it out there. So, from a marketing standpoint, you're your own best billboard. You're your own best mouthpiece. And then you'll be surprised, man. Your T-shirt will sell for you even when you don't feel like being personal.
Exactly.
How many times have you been wearing a hat or a T-shirt in the grocery store and you just totally not in the engaging kind of mood, but people make you.
They
engage. Bring it to you. So that's just how it's gonna go.
And I love it because one thing about me and especially with y'all, you can be exactly who you are in this real estate game.
Oh yeah, yeah, no doubt about it.
That's gonna make you more money than trying to be
somebody else.
You know what I'm saying? I think that people get it twisted. They like, I gotta be suit and tie every day.
Well, it's changed, AT. That's what it is. Because like when I first got in 20 years ago, it was like that, man. Like it was suit and tie. So then our culture was like, you got to drive this kind of car if you're gonna make this kind of client. It's gone, man. It's a different kind of game now. Like literally, you can be whoever you want to be. You can wear what you want to wear. If you want to have a mouthful of goals, do real estate. You can do a mouthful of goals, do real estate. It's just a thing now. So
And I tell people all the time. They always ask me about the shirt. They like, are you the gangster realtor? I'm like, nah. If I could sell a house to a gangster, I could damn sure sell one to you. So
no doubt about it. That's a given. That is a given.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this transaction. Yeah. So I love it. So I gotta know the backstory. Because me and you done talked about them California days you moving around. You know what I'm saying, Larry? I know you had a lot of moving around. How did the super crew come together?
Okay.
I gotta know.
You want me to tell a story? Come on, look, I keep it trill with you.
I got time.
I'm gonna keep it absolutely trill with you, man. Me and Larry go back all the way to college, man. We was teammates together.
Lumberjacks.
There we go.
That's right.
So we was in the dorm, man, and it's funny because with certain people, you can know them for 20 years, and they don't really stray too far from they midpoint. They stay right there in the pocket. Yeah. and I give Larry that, man. I'm telling you, man, since we was like 18, 19 years old, before I even knew anything about real estate from that perspective, that was something he was already talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna do mortgages, I'm gonna do houses. I'm like, yo, man.
That was already
because we both played sports in college, so we in the athletic dorm, and a lot of times, especially at that age, you don't meet a lot of young guys that have an eye on their future at that point.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, it is you in college, man, especially if you're doing the sports thing, they want you to classroom practice. This dude here was talking about something that was way outside of my scope at the time.
Right.
But you know, when it's your people, you like, all right, whatever. My man,
I'm gonna go with it.
My man out here saying, you ever told AT about FMA, Future Millionaires of America?
No, but there was something we started back then.
Man. Everybody broke.
Yeah.
My man hustling candy. Hey, look, he hustling candy.
Crazy, AT, yeah.
Hey, look, we out there every semester living from different check to different check, financial aid check to financial aid check.
Yeah.
And I never forget it, man. He was talking about FMA, Future Millionaires of America. And another one of our friends went and got hats made.
Yeah.
And the whole nine.
Oh, y'all got serious.
We fell into it.
Because I'm going to tell you, man, it's for me, it gave me an idea of a potential direction.
Yeah.
Right.
See, Larry had already made his choice. Me, I was up there happy to be Joe College. I'm like, look, I'm out the hood, I'm out the city, I'm out here, I'm in the good dorm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We wasn't the best dorm.
We in the good dorm and living good. So for me, it gave me an idea of, a young brother, hood type, up here,
I was
on scholarship like me.
Back then.
No, I mean, seriously, because what happens, I'm like, I don't know nothing about real estate. I don't know nobody doing mortgages. I don't know anybody selling houses. But the way he talking about it, it seemed like it's some bread in it.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm telling you, man. It opens your eyes to so many things. So even before I knew we was gonna be here, this is the first time I ever heard anything about real estate and entrepreneurship. I didn't even know such word at the time.
You know.
No, I mean, because ultimately, how can I say it, man? Unless you are put in a certain position or you have a certain experience, you don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah,
I like that. And Larry, like, were you researching? What was you? I mean, what
give him the game on that. I'm
so I know YouTube and all. Like, what was you looking at?
I know it wasn't, and I wish all those things would have been around because I'd have been more assertive. Like, you know what I mean? I just came up with a hustle mentality, and the thing about it is that
I like that.
It's crazy.
Like,
so my best friend in high school, his sister owned a mortgage company.
Gotcha.
And so I went up there one time and I was like, oh, it's like people doing this and y'all making money, like legit money. Because at the time, I'll be honest, like my demeanor didn't say, what I wanted to do. Man, I had a mouthful of goals when we met in college. It was just a part of the culture in which I grew up in, right?
I mean, it's normal.
So during that process, I saw this and I'm like, okay, real estate. That's what they do, real estate. Okay, mortgages. Okay, cool. And it's always been a part of my mindset. So when we started FMA, what came from that is we actually opened up a nightclub in college. Like kids doing what we was like, we party guys. So how about we open up a club and party with everybody?
Right.
And so we started a club when we was in college. And then for me, I started taking I got my mortgage license while I was still in college. And so, hey man,
I'm not gonna tell you nothing that didn't go down exactly like that. Cause I'm telling you, I was tripping. I was like,
But I saw what I saw the legal money, and I wanted to be a part of it.
I saw the legal money.
And I mean, what can I say? That started back. That was 21 years ago for me now. And AT, I'm still here, man. So as soon as I got through with college, the first thing I did was get into the real estate game. Well, I tried to play pro for us for a little while, but during that process, I got my real estate license as well.
Yeah. So was it just straight entrepreneurship for both of y'all, or did y'all dibble and dabble in the corporate world? Or
no, I would say it's funny. Yeah,
because I'm digging. I'm
gonna tell you, it's funny because I did the corporate real estate first, but once again, I'm gonna tell you because even then, you get out of school, you don't know what you want to do, but you need money.
Yeah, you need
I want
bread.
real bread and 30,000, 40,000, not gonna do it.
Right.
Now, AT, man, when you trying to break into real estate, you always gonna need that first mentor.
Exactly.
You're gonna need somebody to co-sign you to open up them doors. So I was lucky enough, man. I got my start working for a residential developer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was moved to Las Vegas, building houses, publicly traded Fortune 500 company. And what it did for me from a real estate perspective, it gave me a chance to be formally trained.
Got you.
A lot of times in entrepreneurship, especially in real estate, you get your license and you're self-trained a lot.
Yep.
Or you go to your broker and you're trained on how they would prefer you to do it.
Got you.
But I was formally trained from a developer standpoint where I can understand lots, pricing, the bottom line, how to price, how to make a profit, and most importantly, what good professional customer service is.
I like that.
Because everybody in their mind have an idea of what customer service is to you, but until you with a corporation that has had certain standards put in place, then you understand what customer service is.
Right.
So as I've broken off and gone into entrepreneurship and having my own brand and doing my things, I kept those lessons.
Yeah.
So even though, people like myself and Larry on first glance can seem a little rough around the edges or a little bit different, when you actually work with us, then you start seeing that, oh wow, they have a true pipeline and a true plan.
Yeah.
And their movement is right. They under promise and over deliver.
Oh, I like that.
That's something that I was able to get through formal training.
And I think that, us being black males in an industry that is not driven by us.
No doubt about it. Yeah.
There will always be a stigma once people see us, but then they start to say, oh, he really knows what he's talking about when I ask him a real estate question, right?
Yeah.
And then some of that background that you get, I tell real estate agents all the time, don't shy away from the background that you have. You need to use that coming into the game. I came from oil and gas. Previous to that, I was in the military. The discipline that I had from the military has helped me build so many businesses because I can work from 3 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night time because I did that in the military and I knew what the results were going to be. So I think it's super, super important for real estate agents to do that. So moving forward, as you guys started to get into this business and it started to take shape, how did y'all make sure that you stayed under yourself and didn't spend all the money? I want to talk to people about this because, the Sharks of Real Estate podcast, what we here to do is give people an insight into what the real estate world looks like. And obviously they know we make money, right? We ain't gonna say how much, but they know we make some.
It's some things,
to my real estate agents that's trying to get into this and they just not getting into it, and they might have wrote 4 deals this month, and they like, ooh, I done made 40,000. How you keep that together? So
it's not about the money.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you, good people out there right now. It's not about the money. I jumped into entrepreneurship off top. My only job or my only career has been real estate outside of the things that I've created outside of real estate. But that was my first baby that I built. Now we own the largest black-owned Texas real estate, the largest black-owned real estate company here in Texas. And so I always say it's not about the money because it's about the part of the work that you put in, right? Everybody that get into this business, I worked hard. I was putting in 60 to 80 hours a week pushing this game. And so it was inevitable that I was going to win and that I was going to make a lot of money. So if you come into this game and you work hard, you push in the work, put the time in. You put the time in, your money's going to come from it. So what a lot of people do, they hear real estate and they're like, oh, I work 5 hours a day and then I'm going to make this check and make that check. That's not how it starts. Just like when you working for someone else, you go get them they 8 to 10 hours a day. Get his real estate game in the beginning of your career 8 to 10 hours a day, and then you'll eat and move like no one else has moved, man. I travel every other weekend.
I already know
when the world is open, I'm flying.
I be watching them on I'm out here. What that man going now?
When the world is open, I'm open right along with it. But it's because I put the work in, and it's not. And you may not see all the things that I do nowadays, but I still put the work in. Maybe not the 60 to 80 hours that I used to have to when I first got into it. But my secret sauce to being successful when I first got in the game was I put the work in, I put the hours in, and I had some sleepless nights because I wanted to get up and get started immediately again, but my body had the rest, So I like to give new agents this advice, guys. The money's going to come if you put in the work. So please put in the work. Don't come in here and think because you're a superstar on Instagram that you're going to all of a sudden close $15,000, $20,000 a month deals. Like that's not work.
Yeah, and I tell people all the time, and what we talking about when we say put in the work, build a pipeline because that pipeline will feed you later on. Right? You talked about the pipeline earlier.
Well, let's keep it real, man, because see, the thing about it is like, it's hard to toot your own horn. So a lot of times, I'm gonna tell you though, because a lot of times, Larry,
don't be humble.
No, because see, what I'm telling is that because Larry sometimes will understate some of the things that he's had to put in place to be able to push the brand and the brokerage forward. And I always remember this is one of the things I learned from him, is that in this game of real estate, the more of yourself you give away, the more you'll get back. So from a philanthropic standpoint, I tell all new agents, you need to figure out how much you can volunteer. You need to give away all your time. Because the part of what Larry say is putting in the work, that can be a buzzword. You can be like putting in the work. What do that really mean? But I done seen this dude donate time, toys, energy, money,
important, no doubt
volunteering.
about it.
Because what happens is this, especially in real estate, people want to give to givers.
Yeah.
If you seem like you just in this for the dollar,
Yeah.
The public is not gonna gravitate towards your message.
That's a gem, guys. Y'all gotta take that. That's a gem.
I'm telling you, that's the key. And like I said, it's hard for him to put it out there because after a while,
it just comes natural to give like that. I never thought about it, but when you break it down, it is.
Because I mean, like I said, I keep it real. This is my dude.
Yeah.
So I would say, if I say, "Where you at?"
Yeah.
It's raining.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
I'm raising money for Harvey. No doubt about it.
Because the things he do for grandparents that's taking care of their grandkids,
Shout out.
those underprivileged youth.
Yeah.
When you in real estate, being a man of the people is important. When you get a real estate license, really what you're signing up for is public service.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
You are providing a service to the public.
Yeah.
If you start to study for your real estate license and all you have in your eyes is that money bag, what's gonna happen is when you don't get that money bag or you don't feel like it's coming fast enough, your energy gonna get down.
And you don't feel accomplished.
And you gonna get out the game. You don't feel accomplished.
Right.
Yeah.
So I tell a lot of people, they say, "Man, Rick, there's money in real estate. What's up with that?" I say, "Well, do you want to serve the public or do you want to be rich?"
Yeah.
I say, define that first.
Right.
So that when you get into this game, you can stay in your lane.
Yeah.
And I think that's most important. I mean, AT, you know what it is as much as you give back to the streets.
Yeah, I mean, for me and my household go, we do a lot of charity work.
No doubt about it.
Our side, we have heaveninstead.org. Go visit it. Where my wife has started an amazing organization where she, helps to bury children that I mean, they families can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? These are stillborn babies, whatever it is. I'm part of the Emerging 100, which I know you guys are really familiar with. That 100 Black men.
100.
But I definitely think it's important to find a cause to get back to, especially if you super successful in this. You can't just keep all of it.
No doubt. And the funny thing is, that's literally, guys, when you first getting started, don't worry about the finances of putting into those organizations. Give your time. And what you'll find is, because as I think about it, like when I first got out of school, I joined the Urban League, the 100. Like I've been, I got active immediately because my heart literally just wanted to give or find ways to show kids that grew up the way that I grew up that there was that you could be better, that there was an opportunity out here for you. So that's initially where all of that came from. So when you mention it like that,
I like that. So with you guys, when it came to entrepreneurship, it was gonna be all or nothing. Right?
For me, it was
it was just like this entrepreneur thing gonna be the ticket. And it's gonna be.
I didn't even know the term at that time, though, right? You were just like, okay, I'm gonna do real estate. I'm gonna come work for myself. I remember the day that I realized, okay, I want to put a suit on, because that's what we looked at when we thought about real estate or being a businessman back then. It was like putting on a suit.
Right.
And then I remember studying people like Bill Gates and was like, he ain't got no suit on.
He ain't got no suit.
I don't need that no suit on. You know what I mean? This is one of the richest guys in the world. So let me figure out how to get out of this suit and just put it on when I have to, right? Like, so.
I like what you
No, it's funny, man, because when you think about that, man, I remember the mindset and transitioning mindset that I had to go through. I have what they call irrational confidence.
Okay.
You know,
all right. I got to know about that.
I'm like the J.R. Smith of real estate. I'm taking all the shots. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I shoot from half court. It don't matter, because I'm going to tell you what I realized is that if you're talented, but you don't have a goal and a plan for yourself, other people will put you and make you a part of their agenda. People will use your talent to feather their nest. And see, I'm the type of dude, it only took me, I was like, whoa, I'm in here and they getting all the bread. This don't compute.
They ain't making sense.
But what happens is without a plan, you don't know how to focus your energy and talent.
True.
But when real estate was presented to me as an opportunity, then I knew, okay, the more I put into this game, the more I'll get out this game. And it can be a me thing.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be under another person's banner, umbrella, that type of thing. So for me, it's just that I felt like my talents was being wasted by the people that I thought I should align myself with.
Gotcha.
And that's the thing that everybody out there, man, believe in yourself. Because we all have something unique to offer.
Everybody, and I tell people all the time, I don't try to do real estate like nobody. Because if I did try to do it like somebody else, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna be authentic. People gonna be able to see straight through that. I'm telling y'all, don't try to do real estate like nobody else. It ain't gonna work. We always talk about this. And I think that everybody does it different, which makes real estate really unique to that one person, like you just said. So moving along, I want to talk to y'all because I have this question. I get this question a lot from people that are in real estate, whether they're on the investing side or they real estate agents.
Yeah.
How do you feel about starting other businesses using the funds that you have created and made from real estate, right? Do you feel like it's okay to have multiple businesses? Because I got people that say you just need to be in one thing.
Here's the thing, you get hated on. That's called hated. So someone asked me that. I was on another show the other day, and they asked me that question. They was like, "Do you feel like They was like, you in business? Do you really feel like you got haters?" I said, "Yeah." And I said, "I'll give you an example of it. People feel like because I'm a real estate guy, I should just sell houses. That I can't have another pipeline. I can't be a clothing guy. I can't be an investor.
Right.
I'm supposed to stay in my one lane. That's impossible.
That don't make sense.
No one needs to do that, right? Because at the end of the day, you're an entrepreneur, and if you're a real entrepreneur and you got vision, you're going to do your business, and you're like, well, look, I'd have scaled this. You know, the brokerage firm that I'm a part of, we have teams now, we have agents inside. Everybody's excited. I got my role, and then I move into something else. So I wanted to be a creator when it came to t-shirts. I wanted to start my own nonprofit. You know what I mean? And so those things, if it's embedded in you to be an entrepreneur, it's just gonna come out. So it's crazy, man. But haters, you get it. Yeah,
because you know, I don't even think a lot of people know about the businesses that I have. I really don't push them that much. But you hear people and they like, so why you doing this? Like, what made you? Like, what you worried about it for? It's working for me. You know what I'm saying? You, so I just wanted to ask y'all about that.
I received the first real estate teacher, trainer, coach that I had, and shout out to Teddy, man. It's been a bunch of years. OG Teddy out of Vegas. You feel me? He had his own real estate school, and he had a brokerage. So not only was he a broker, but he also was teaching the class, getting that money, helping people get their license.
Oh, my bad. You know what? Shout out to Brooks and Davis CE class. We do got a CE school.
Right. Come on, show love.
My bad. Let me shout that out.
One day after class, man, he sat me down and he was just giving me some game. The cool thing about working in real estate, especially on the West Coast, of course, we a minority everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere.
But in Nevada, I was a minority. So, I mean, he was in the class. I don't know if he had seen a brother in like 6 months in his class. So he was happy to have me in there. So he's always giving me a little extra game after class. And one of the things he told me, he's like, Rick, in this country, you can't really think you're going to retire until you have 6 income streams. He said you need 6. He said because at any one time, any one of your other businesses might be they might be down.
I remember you told me that too.
He said, but if you got 6 income streams, even if 2 going down, you can live off 4. While you work to get the 2 back going. So you'll never just totally be out of there. So to speak to your point, AT, man, before you hang it up, it don't matter what you do. Before you think you can hang it up and sit on the porch and sip lemonade all day. You got to have 6 traps going.
You got to have something.
However you want to go about doing that, but you got to have it established.
And I'll add this to that too, guys. You don't have to feel like it got to be 6 or 7 different businesses. You could be in real estate and doing where you helping people buy and sell. You're doing your own buying hoes. Buying hoes for yourself could be another stream, and then you could flip. That's another stream. So it could change. You could be in one industry and find 7 streams of income in that industry.
Absolutely, no doubt.
Now, I choose to do differently. What can I say? I choose to be all over the place because I want to. You know, I can. So that's the fun part about it.
I don't think it's any problem. If you are vested in different businesses, and you are studying those businesses, doing your due diligence,
that's
and making sure that your business is making it the way that it should be.
No doubt about
it. But those people that look at you and they like, why is he in this? They hate us. You know, I'm glad you said that because they be hating
all the time, man. It happens.
But you know this yourself, AT. You put all your eggs in one basket, it's a chance you become obsolete. Because who's to say that? Okay, the trap that I have right now, that's the best thing since sliced bread, gonna be that in 15 years.
Exactly.
Because with technology, everything is evolving, you could be out of style one day. And people who are successful and have a successful brand never anticipate what'll happen when they go out of style. And you need to have your other things to keep your ship floating, man. Straight up.
Because technology changed things, man. I remember when I got in real estate, we didn't have the MLS, so you really couldn't see pictures of properties. And so you would have to just go to You'd have to go to another brokerage firm, get the key, open the door, and that'll be the first time you and your clients actually see the property. Like, it wasn't online. It's crazy now. So technology has spoiled me. Like, I'm looking looking at it like, wow.
Hey, man, you gotta take advantage, man.
Y'all came from like 8 tracks to CDs, and now we digital, man.
No doubt about it.
The game is totally different, man. That's what, and it goes back to your original point. That's why your branding, your marketing, your merch is so big, because now, like you say, that content online,
right?
It's heavy now. It's everything almost.
I like it. And so with real estate and the stuff that y'all move into, how's the family dynamic? Like, are y'all bringing family into this? Y'all teaching them the game? Like, how is that going?
Okay, see, Larry got funny stories about stuff like this.
I like,
and that's why. No, I'm gonna tell you. That's why I'm gonna let Larry talk last. Cause I'm gonna tell you what I try to do as a general rule.
Yeah.
With all my friends and family and my close, everybody got their close circle. Yeah. Anything that I come across from a real estate perspective that's new, true, that's something that's like people who not in the game wouldn't know about, I introduce that to my people.
Gotcha.
Reason being is because, how can I say this? I remember when I was on the outside of the industry, things that seemed too good to be true, I would just stay away from.
Right.
Not understanding that the reason it seemed too good to be true is because I'm hearing it first.
Yeah.
See, now if you hear something 3 or 4 times, by the time it gets to your ear, it's old.
Yeah.
But when you heard it first, you be like, "Whoa, that's too juicy."
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that sounds like too much profit.
Yeah.
I feel guilty picking up that money that easy.
Yeah.
But then you hear 3 or 4 other people come and say, "Oh man, I wouldn't got a free 10. I wouldn't got an easy 15. Oh, I'm up 20." Then you want to jump out there, but now it's saturated. Yeah, it's too many people in the water now.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the thing that I always try to keep within my group of people, is that if I bring something to you, it's official.
Yeah. I'm not gonna bring you no wolf. I'm not gonna say you.
Look, don't wait till you see it on the news. Don't wait till you see it on IG. Don't wait till somebody come out with a YouTube informational video.
Right.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
So that you can get that.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure AT, you do that for your people too.
Yeah, I mean, me and Larry were talking about some stuff before this started filming that.
Yeah. Some other businesses and stuff.
Yeah. You know that. I mean, I'm like, hey, this what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And he like, this what I'm doing. Yeah. And it is what it is, but we passing that information on.
Yeah. But it's like you said, we pass it on. Yeah. And so for me, I've passed it along. I'm the first in my family to do all the things. I'm the first one to own a business. I'm the first one to graduate from a 4-year university. I'm just the first in a lot of areas when it comes to that. First one to graduate from the 4-year university. But I expose my family. I tell them, look, this is what I've learned. This is what's hot.
This is what I do.
And so when you're ready, let's do it. Right. But you gotta meet people when they're ready, right? Yeah. You can't force people into doing something when their mindset not there, when they're not ready. They still got their own visions or dreams that they desired from their childhood that needs to win or either fade away. Right. And when those things happen, then my arms are always open to the family and them being a part of the things that I'm building, because this empire is gonna be here. Right. It's gonna be here. So when you ready, when you ready, I'm building my generations up right now, right? You know what I mean? So that's
you've given me some game, and I'm gonna dive into the game you've given me later on. Yeah. But you've given me some game, so I gotta talk about you being a world-renowned author. You know what I'm saying? You the first person I ever heard put out a book that was full of quotes, man. Yeah. I didn't even know that was possible.
Oh yeah, man. Look, again, it goes back to you building a brand. So I had built such a solid brand that a good friend of mine, shout out to Self-Publishing 30 Days, my man Darren Palmer.
Darren Palmer, man. You know what it is with us, man.
With DMP, he saw something that I didn't even see in myself. He was like, you a brand. You somebody that could put. He said, I tell you what, just put this out and let's just see how I go. Yeah. Man, I sold over 1,500 of them, man. It was crazy. And then I went on a book tour with it, and it opened up my speaking engagement because I've always been a positive guy. And so at the time that I was doing it, everything is win. I was winning. So it was ideal. I dropped that book and then backdoored that one and did a book about entrepreneurship, how to step by step, with 6 steps on how to become an entrepreneur, how to build out a business. Then I backdoored that one, and I was featured on a book by Rita Santa Maria. She's the owner of Champion School of Real Estate. Shout out, Rita. I appreciate you. Champion School of Real Estate is the largest real estate school in the country.
Yeah, that's where I went to school. Champion School.
Most everybody go through there. You get that license quick and good, right? And so Champion, she appreciated the line of work and business that she had seen me do over my 19 years at that time, and she featured me in this book along other super producers and other business accolade guys in the city. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, it was dope, man.
But
so
that's just everything that you just said is really part of the game. Like I said, one day I came and met with y'all. We sat down, we chopped it up on some Just G stuff. You know what I'm saying? You was like, hey, bro, you need to think about. And now here I ain't gonna. You know what I'm saying?
Man, don't talk too much, man.
Because I know the way you move. So I'm like, look, this is another angle. You know what I mean?
Passing that info on. You know what I'm saying? That's that family. Cause we family. That's that family dynamic, right? Like, and that's, man, it's the generational curses can be broken really quick by just listening to somebody who's done it.
But we gotta ask AT, when you get the game back to your friends and fam, what kind of reception do you get when you give out those jewels?
Man, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, it's mixed, and I think that's because of the generation that I'm in, right? So, you know, I don't even know. I'm not Generation Z or X or whatever it is, but I'm in the millennial generation. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many people that want to be entrepreneurs. And I think that I just got into the game a little bit earlier, so I understood what the BS was and what stuff really could make you money. And I knew real estate was one of them once my homeboy told me about it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But then I went back and I'm telling people, hey, bro, stop what you doing.
Come on, man.
And you could use that same hustle over here.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was some people that was like, you know what, you making sense. My best friend, he's selling Toll Brothers right now, doing this thing, using the same way he was hustling before. Yeah, selling Toll Brothers now. He like one of their top producers.
No doubt.
Got another homeboy work at DR Horton. Got another homeboy that sell insurance. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, hey, this what the money is. Yeah. We could all do it differently. I got a homeboy that's getting his mortgage license right now. But then I had other people that was like, that don't make sense. Everything you saying, it can't be true.
They ain't getting it. Yeah,
they still doing what they doing. They ain't making no bread.
AT, it's funny, man, that I promise. So just real quick. So this goes back to one of the other questions you asked earlier, but I just want to demonstrate to people how some of the things we pick up as a child can actually manifest as an adult. Right. So when I was a kid, I sold candy in school. I did. I got to college, and so when I got it became such a demand for me, I couldn't cover all of the hallways, right? So I bought more candy and gave it to other people that sold in different hallways and classrooms for me, right? Yeah. Get to college, same thing happened. I can't sell candy all over the place. Give it to some other kids that lived in different dorms. Right. They sold candy for me. Fast forward to my adulthood, I sell real estate across the state of Texas. I can't sell all the real estate. I got over 55 agents that sell real estate for me throughout the city. See what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it just is crazy how those things manifest. I just want to point that out.
I mean, and it's real. Manifestation is a super real thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many people either read the book called The Secret or seen the little video.
Real talk, you got to buy into it,
man. You got to buy into it, and what you put out in the universe is definitely gonna come back to you tenfold.
Yes, sir.
So I think that people really need to think about what they putting out here right now.
No doubt about it. Yeah.
So I think that's real big. So I really want to deep dive into some of the stuff that's going on in the market right now. I know y'all moving and shaking. Right. Interest rates is ridiculously low.
Hey, come on, man. Preach.
How y'all feel about that? But it's crazy because these interest rates is low and these houses is going up because of lumber and all that stuff. Yeah. So what y'all think $400,000 house 6 months ago is the same as it used to be with these interest rates? So how y'all feeling about that?
Me personally, man, I'm for anything that helps people move into houses. Right. One of the things that's funny about the industry as a whole is how interest rates dictate people buying decisions. When the news say interest rates is low, our phone is ringing. I'm ready. If the people come on the news and say interest rates is high, I don't know, I'm gonna wait. So lower interest rates for me is getting all those people off the fence and into the game. Yeah. Right. My passion in real estate is making the impossible possible for people like me. Right. I didn't grow up in a house with a white picket fence. Right. I own my first property I bought as an adult. I didn't live in homes growing up. Right. And what I
remember you telling me that, and I was like you stayed in an apartment your whole life. Like it was crazy to me. And the thing about it was like a New York, Chicago type thing, but seeing somebody, Because
I'm gonna tell you, man, you be shocked, man, how until you know, You don't know. You think things are impossible until you touch it. So little things, man. I love watching people who feel like, oh, well, I only make $40,000 a year. I can't really afford no house.
You like, what?
Are you serious?
Let me show you.
You are a professional. You have a career.
Right.
And it's so many things that people have internally that keep them from doing things that we look at as the basics. But you'll be surprised at things that hold people back. So that's the biggest part of the job for me, is letting people know it can happen for you right now.
Right.
And even if you think, oh, well, I don't know. No, the time for you is right now.
Right now.
So that's why I love these interest rates going down. That's why in 2020, there's a lot of obstacles. But there's also a lot of opportunity.
And I'm cool with the way where the market is right now as well. I think that people are in a better situation than they were in 08 and 07 when it happened, because people didn't think it could. It was a shock to everyone. But I think now interest rates are low. Yeah, we just had a pandemic, which wasn't caused by real estate, so we're not affected by it as much as everything else going on. So with that being said, I'm okay with it is. I think now people are going to get these homes at great interest rates, and they're going to actually be able to build wealth and be able to take some of that money from the equity from these homes that they're going to get in the future. Send their kids through college or either start their own businesses and things like that. So I think that we are in that space right now.
And I've been fighting. I don't want to say I've been fighting, but I've been going back and forth with some of the people, some of my brothers in the Emerging 100, right? Everybody reads Rich Dad Poor Dad. And we all know Rich Dad Poor Dad says don't buy a house.
That's right. That's right.
Mr. Kiyosaki. I don't know where he
don't own a house. Don't
own a house. But I think that they get it twisted, because in the book he talks about owning multiple properties. I don't understand.
So they not receiving the concept the right way, right? Because Grant Cardone, they always talk about not owning, right? And I get the concept behind it, but ownership is where it's at. Like even if you owning several properties, right? See, I think in their mindset, they're taking in their homestead. Now I own my homestead, and I think everybody should own their homestead. Especially down south in Texas, it's a big deal for us because our properties is where we're entertained at, where we spend our time at. It's a bigger than just sleeping there, right? And so I think that's the biggest difference. I think if you just had a place and you just slept there, then that's one thing. But if this is your homestead, you entertain your family, this is Thanksgiving, this is that. Those are things that you pay into, and it builds equity out that you can get out of it. So I've read that concept, and I hear it, I get it, but the normal Joe public don't get the whole concept.
And it don't make sense, because I mean, shout out to my boy Derek Wells. He literally broke this down for somebody one day. He said, "You renting and I'm buying. You rent for 4 years and I buy my house and live in it for 4 years. I sell my house in 4 years, I make $40,000. What you gonna make?
That's exactly it.
You don't make nothing. Because you've been living in an apartment for 4 years paying them folks. Probably somebody like us.
Ain't building no equity. None.
No equity,
nothing that you could use again, right? And ultimately, if you're gonna, so I'll say this. If you're staying in something and it's less than $500, then you probably can't own right now anyway, right? So we get that. But if it's something you paying over $800 a month, you got ownership involved. In 2 years, you can have some equity. And then I'll say this to people that are afraid to actually buy. Look, if you get into a home and you're going to do the same 12 months in a lease somewhere, right? Do the same 12 months in a house. If you don't like it, you don't like your neighbors, sell it.
That's it. That's it.
The thing is that, and I've heard those same those personalities talking about that. The thing about it is that what I realize, especially online and being in this space where we are educating and to a certain extent entertaining as well, there's certain things that certain people will do as clickbait to stand out from the crowd. So you ask yourself, real estate professional says everybody should buy a house. How many clicks does that get? Versus real estate professional says that you should never buy a house.
Clickbait.
You feel me? So what now, as a professional, we all can illustrate. If there was somebody sitting next to you, AT, and we wanted to convince them that buying a house was the best thing in the world.
Right.
As seasoned professionals, we all can present it that way.
Mm-hmm.
If we had somebody sitting in there and we wanted to make it seem as if real estate was the worst thing that could ever happen to them, as seasoned professionals, we could all illustrate our speech that way and communicate in that fashion. So I just think that particular tidbit that they were talking about, I think that's just something that went viral.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, that's what those gentlemen are going to be known for now.
Right.
Even if their opinion change over time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, and then of course, it always works depending where you at. If I'm trying to sell you beachfront property in Nebraska, and I trick you into buying it, when you try to sell it, it might be difficult to come off.
Right.
Because you the only person looking for beachfront property in Nebraska now. But I think it'll be more tangible to illustrate for people who will be in a majority of situations, as opposed to pointing out those outlier situations that could put you in the cross.
Exactly.
So, and us being Texans, man, one thing I will give the state of Texas from a legislative perspective, the way that they've set up the state, they almost ensure that if you buy a property, you won't be upside down in it.
Oh yeah, they gonna make sure
very few people. You'll be hard pressed to find a homesteaded property in Houston, Texas, or anywhere in Texas, where the owner owes more than the property's worth.
Appraisers aren't gonna let you.
In other parts of the country, we know you can be upside down in a house in Cali.
Oh yeah,
you can be upside down in a house in Arizona.
Right.
You feel me? In certain places you can be upside down, but it just won't happen out here where we are and where we practice.
Right.
So that's the thing that we always have to illustrate for the people we talk to.
And I've been telling people all the time about these appraisals anyway. These appraisals have been tough. Lately. They not letting you get into a house and be in a bad situation because they got to look out for the people, the people buying it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a new thing.
I tell people I don't know what's going on. I just feel like every appraiser don't like me all of a sudden. I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on.
Look, when I'm sitting and I'm talking to agents about their sellers, I'm helping educate them on it as well because 08 this was the problem. The catalyst for the real estate industry collapsing was the appraiser, because the appraiser was going in and giving misjudgments of properties, overvaluing them. And then at that time, realtors, we had contact with appraisers. Now they've eliminated us having contact with the appraisers. Oh yeah, you can't touch them.
Leaning on them.
That's crazy. Back in the days, you lean on them. I'm sure people that are no longer in the business was greasing pockets. Everybody was hitting a $100,000 house was valued at $200,000 just because the appraiser said it. It didn't have to have no comps. It was just what it was back then.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was a wild west.
I was about to say y'all was in the wild west, man. I probably would have survived.
Shout out to Bush #2, man, because I made a lot of money with him too.
He said he was supposed to bread it up when he was getting it.
Hey, man, I love it. Hey, man, I done kept y'all in here a long time. I wanna end this. I always ask everybody this question at the end, and I want to ask each of y'all this. This is when I get real serious and emotional and all that stuff. And this is a part of those things because when I came into this, I had a goal in mind, and then I hit that goal in like 2 months.
Yeah.
And then I had to figure out, okay, why you still doing this and why you want to keep doing this and what's gonna make you stand out above everybody else. So my biggest question to you guys is like, what's your why?
Yeah.
Man, to be honest, man, I've taken on a leadership role within my family. I've always felt like it's one of my personal responsibilities to always set an example for all my people. Now, of course, you always start off with small goals.
Right.
I want everybody in my family, all my brothers, all my cousins, to have an idea of what they could do with their life if they so chose. A lot of times when you're us, you need somebody close to you to make you feel like, oh, if he can do it, I can do it.
You gotta be that guy.
And just as over time, I've just realized is that you want to accentuate the work and let the spoils and the rewards just be a byproduct.
Yeah.
So for me, my why is building and being a beacon for my people. Now, however big my platform becomes, I want to still always be an inspiration and a motivator for everybody.
Gotcha. I love that. I love that.
Man, that's a tough one to come behind.
Hey,
man.
Larry, I mean, he put it on us, man.
He did, man. But it's all facts because I know where he come from.
Right.
So I understand what that seed looks like. And I would kind of say something along those same lines, simply because if a Larry W. Brooks knew of a Larry W. Brooks when I was growing up, my life would have been a much smoother uprise to this process. Right. So, I mean, my ultimate vision is my family's good. I've done my job there, and I'm continuing to press forward, but I want that kid that's sitting on Hersheywood right now in South Park near MLK.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean? That's thinking to itself, man, I want to ride in that type of whip, or I want to be out of this situation one day, right? Now, I didn't have YouTube and BET and MTV that they have now, that they can see another outlet, but I want to be someone that they look at and they're like, man, he's not a rapper, right? He's not an athlete, but he moves the type of way, he travels the way that I want to travel, right? And so I want to be that vision for that 10-year-old or that 7-year-old LB, that LB that started his own lawn service at 7 years old, cutting grass, not knowing that one day he was gonna be at this level in his life. So I do it for the culture,
man. Come on, man.
Do it for the culture.
Do it for the people, man.
I need more. I just need that generation to change, man. Yeah. And whenever I have an opportunity to get in front of kids and speak, career fairs, man, I'm taking gifts. I'm doing everything I can just to expose them, because believe it or not, AT, I didn't have a realtor talk to me at 5 years old for career day. I didn't even know this existed until I was exiting, getting into college, right? So now if we have someone speak, when I'm at my son's school speaking or anything like that, I'm letting them know that this real estate career exists.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, I love the speaking thing. You know? I ain't seen a mic that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? So I want to just tell both of you brothers, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are a super inspiration.
Appreciate it.
I knew about both of y'all already. Obviously, y'all know my cousin Steven and Sterling Carter. So you know, I have people in my life that I could look at and I could be like, all right. I tell my cousins all the time, hey, I'm coming for both of y'all. So I had people like that. So I've always wanted to be that person for the next generation of people coming behind me.
No doubt about it.
So I appreciate both of y'all. You know, even this podcast thing, I was on y'all 100th episode.
You was a guy, man. No doubt about it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm far away from there right now, but I see y'all doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I knew it was possible. I knew it was something that I could do. And then jumping into real estate, just seeing beacons of hope. Like you said, being that eye that you can see from far away, and
no
just
doubt
like,
about
hey, I see him looking at me. Let me go and grind a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to tell y'all I appreciate y'all.
Hey, man, we appreciate that, man.
I think that's real. You know, we don't get to give people their flowers while they still here. So I tell people all the time, if you got something to say, go and say it. Because ain't no days promised.
You know, and I appreciate what you're doing, because the youth that you have involved with what you're doing, they get a chance to see this thing, man. Like with the way that you move, as long as they can buy into it, you got, like you said, the secret we were talking about earlier, you got to buy into the vision. And bigger than that, one time I saw you make a post that was so legit. I preached this to my agents. I preach this to people I come and take all the time. Buy back into yourself. Go to conferences. Spend the money to go to some other state or another city or another country and buy into trainings. Go to other real estate events. We're not the ones that know it all. I love going to conferences where I'm picking a brand. I'm like, oh, you doing that in Cali? I'm finna bring that to Texas. You know what I mean? Or I'm finna try that because no one shared that with me. So just I saw that and I wanted to say that too, man. So they need to do that.
Because I go to an investment conference quick, because you know we invest. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother Brooks and Carter properties. If you need a house, if you got a house you need to get rid of, let me know. But you know, I'm quick to learn, and I think that's the one thing that's in our culture, is that some of us are really afraid to learn something new.
Facts.
You know, I could sit here and talk to y'all all day, but
no doubt, man.
I appreciate y'all. We need to let the people know where they can find y'all at, man. You know what I'm saying?
So it's your guy, Larry W. Brooks, aka the Texas Real Estate King, on all the platforms. IG is the platform that I love the most, but you can most definitely always visit my website, which is larrywbrooks.com. My cell number is 281-924-4954. I'm very touchable. Reach and touch me, high five me, whatever that is, I'm going to respond to you. So let's go.
Oh, man. You can follow me at Prime Real Estate Rick, Instagram, Facebook. Most importantly, man, I urge everybody, visit our YouTube channel. Just search The Prime Real Estate Network. Larry and myself, man, we have great guests on, like AT sold AT closing, man. And like my man just said, he's on episode 100, so please check my people out, man. But
it was fire.
I urge everybody, please, man, because it's a platform that we built for the people. If you're an entrepreneur, business person, I'm sure you could take great tidbits from the podcast. If you're looking to build your brand, we also also offer sponsorship opportunities. So if you want to get yourself out there and get that going, man, I urge everybody to do so.
Yeah.
Appreciate
and
it.
For me, you know the name. AT sold it _ AT closed it on all platforms. I'm in here, man.
Yeah.
Gangsta Realtor as usual. Holla at your boy when you see me in the streets. I love it. Sharks of Real Estate Podcast. We gone. Bow.